Good morning, it's Bruce Phares. It is the 18th of March, Wednesday. We're going to take a look at the numbers very quickly here. It's a strange week in town. People have concerns about whether or not we're going to end up with a shelter in place. The Dow Jones Wednesday morning once more did a big drop. We're at 1385 below market start. And here's our Monday drop. Here's Tuesday and Wednesday. That's the elephant in the room. Let's go ahead and take a look at our stats. I'm going to go through this as fast as I possibly can for you. But basically the term here is what a difference a day makes. These yellows are year highs, and so I'm going to concentrate on those first. The pendings, those that are in pending status. Here's our one-day year high of 25. Our total is at 521. This is the big kahuna here. 6 days or shorter off market. We jumped from 11 to 20 in one day going off market. That's very significant, that number, and 293 being the total. As a result of that being pushed up, that's a really important number. That indicates that buyers are definitely jumping on properties as they're coming on market. Total pendings at 565 as a result of that, so that's a year high. Interestingly, our relationships to both pendings and also to newly actives, this is a number I find very informative here. Notice the consistency, 50% to 55%. Let's call 50 to 60% in here. And this one's just above 40%. So what that is 6 days off markets in relationship to total pendings and pending inspections. So of these pendings and pending inspections, right in the middle of 50% is the amount that are going off market in that grouping. And then the relationship of that 6 day off market in relationship to those that are coming newly on market in a week's time, they're just hovering right around 40%. So of that 193, 80 of them are going off market in 6 days or less. So that's a really important set of numbers. Finally, this was really interesting. In the last few days, we saw some greens here. Those are low numbers. And we saw this coming out over here where the Northwest Multiple Listing Market Watch they use, which is similar to what we do, but a little bit broader, finally showed the relationship of new pendings to new actives at 100% and just slightly below. That seemed to be pretty darn significant, but look at how we popped back up to 118% within 1 day. So I think the term here is what a difference a day makes. That's the big deal. The newly actives are holding pretty much at their numbers. The pending inspections are continuing to hold pretty much at their numbers. We see a little bit of a rise, but not much. Our pendings are kind of all over the board. Our 6 days or less have pushed back up quite strong, which has affected our total pendings and pending inspections. And then our relationship of pendings and pending inspections total in relationship to the actives, it continues to be above 120% here. And that continues to have a seller's market indication. So that's it for the numbers, basically. If you want to bail at this point, you can, but I'm going to go ahead and do some slicing here. These are the properties that have gone off market that are currently in pending status, and they've done so in 6 days or less. You can kind of get an idea of where the concentrations are. And I'm going to do a slice here of each different $100,000 price range and see where those lay. So if you want to come along for a quick couple minutes, hang on, here we go. All right, so here's our 0 to 400, and we can see 325, 400, 375, 400, 362, 299, 385, 399, 339, 357. Now, these are residential properties. I'm looking only at those are houses, no condos in this. So let's go to the next. And here they are. And we'll just zip right through those. You can see where the concentrations are there. And boom, next up. That last grouping being the 400 to 500. Let's go ahead and take a look at the $500 to $600,000. And we start seeing a few more showing up here. I will bet you basically that a number of these properties in this area are actually teardowns. That's pretty much the price of raw ground now in those neighborhoods. Here we are. We're going to see more houses down here, actual places that you could live in as we get further south. Next up, here's our 600 to 700,000. We're at 84 now. We start getting a higher concentration up here in the north end. We start moving further up into West Seattle, and we start moving up into the central area of Seattle. Here's our 700 to 800 concentration, and Magnolia starts showing up all of a sudden. And we're down here. We've got things actually showing up in North Admiral for the first time. Here is the 800 to 900 concentration. We start seeing things pop up on Capitol Hill for the first time. And we've got a smattering going across here. We're getting some that are getting into the Ravenna area, perhaps. Wedgwood. Here's our 900 to $1 million, and we're back down to 36 total listings. And the 1 million to 1 million 1 range brings us only 17 listings. 1 million 1 to 1 million 2 brings us 17 as well. 1.2 to 1.3 takes us down to 10. 1.3 to 1.4 takes us down to 9. And 1.4 to 1.5 takes us down to 8. 1500 to 1600. 1.5 to 1.6 takes us back up to 9. Got a couple up here. 1.6 to 1.7 brings us down to just 4. Similarly, for 1.8 to 1.9. Whoops, forgive me, that's 1.7 to 1.8. There we go. Range. And we get a goose egg when we get to 1.9 to 2 million, 1.9 to 2 million. So as they used to say in that old show, we're going to throw all the cards here. So this is 2 million plus, and we've got a total of 9. So let's go ahead and hit them and see what the prices are on those just for fun. So here is 2.2 million, call it 2.4, 2.15, 2.295, 2.095, 3.3, 2.4, 2.050, and finally 2.488. That's all 9 of those. These are properties that have gone off market in 6 days or less that are currently in pending status. As they say, let's bring in the entire cast now and let them bow for us, and we can see where all of that is taking place. That's 438 properties that are currently in pending status that have sold in 6 days or less in Seattle. So let's go behind the curtain here and take a look at the dashboard that we have available to us as MLS agents. And I'm going to go inside the computer here. As I mentioned, there are 438 total listings that have sold in 6 days or less. Let's go ahead and then check out how many have sold 6 days or more that are in pending status. And there it is. So we go from 438 to 490. Now let's go here and go 6 to 20. It gives us 329 of those. So let's go 30 plus for fun. Only 127 have sold that are pending, or have gone so 30 days or more off market, versus 0 to 30 gives us 696. There's an indication of the market. All right, that's it for the day. Let's see if there's anything else I'm supposed to cover over here. I think that's about it. Bruce Phares here with Windermere Real Estate. Again, 18th of March, 2020. And that is the, I'll call it This Day in Real Estate. We'll be taking a look at this basically at a daily point. Oh, forgive me. What I wanted to point out to you is if you do want to track this kind of stuff, we have a couple things that you can always check in. This is not a sales gig here. This is for information. If you go to tinyurl.com/thisweekinseattlerealestate, you'll be able to always get to this video, the most recent one we've done, and they're typically almost every day at this point. If you want to look at this chart directly, you're certainly welcome to. That's tinyurl.com/Seattle Real Estate Daily Stats. And that will get you onto this chart, and you're able to see basically what I say up here about the marketplace. And you can also click into these different market indicators that we use as well. I'll give you a couple slices of what that looks like. Here is a real-time. There we go. This is our real-time homes for sale, and Seattle overall, Seattle Central, North Ballard to View Ridge. So we took a slice across the north end from the Montlake cut up to about probably about 90th. Seattle Central, that's just right in the central area of Seattle, the whole Capitol Hill, Montlake, all that different stuff, and then the south end I-90 down to Othello. So we're comparing those, and if you take a look at these different sets of charts here, we are basically charting a number of different things. Let's go see what they look at. We look at how many are actively current on market, how many have been historically over the last 10 years, what's the new volume coming on, what's the new volume over the last 5 years, days on market, month supply, median sales price. Let's go take a look at the current median sales price and see what's happening to that. Okay, we're seeing a decline right here from January to February. And if I look at the Seattle overall market, that's black, that's 698 to 680. If I look at the Ballard View Ridge, that's 750 to 733. That's interesting. We were at 755 about 3 weeks ago. So this thing is already modified once. We were in upward moving, but I think as a result of what's taking place with coronavirus and the markets, there is a reaction in the housing market to what's going on right there directly. So you're certainly welcome to look at these. Again, that is tinyurl.com, Seattle Real Estate Daily Stats, and also tinyurl.com/this week in Seattle Real Estate. That'll get you to this in real time. All right, take care. Give us a call if you need to talk. Bye-bye.